Germany confirms 14 Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine.
Here's a summary of the article.
Germany will send 14 Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine and has authorized partner countries to also send them, despite threats from Russia. Ukraine war, latest, Russia sends warning to US over tanks. Kyiv has been pleading for months for Western nations to send tanks to give its forces the firepower and mobility it hopes will break through Russian defensive lines and recapture territory occupied by Russia. Although Ukraine has stocks of Soviet-made tanks, President Volodymyr Zelensky says his forces need more, faster and deadlier weapons, in particular Western tanks, to push the Russians back. The German decision comes after the UK announced it would provide 14 Challenger 2 tanks, which was widely seen as an attempt to persuade other allies to send Leopards, of which there are much higher stocks across Europe. Earlier this week he had said he was prepared to build a smaller coalition of countries that would send their tanks to Ukraine. Sky News understands that American officials will soon announce their intention to send Abrams tanks to help Kyiv fight off Russia's invasion.
This post received a score of 12,000, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
So we get 2 tanks, but we also get 14 Leopards to send into the trenches? Sign me up?
Modern warfare.
Jungle warfare.
Guerrilla warfare.
What did you say about me, you little shit?
I'll have you know.
I graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs.
Leopards, SEALs, I get it.
German armor going up against the Russians again within a century, who would have thought?
German tanks will soon be arriving in Ukraine to fight Russia? I don't think anyone expected to read that headline ever again.
Headlines these days would be super confusing for someone, admittedly very old, just waking from an 80-year coma. _ Poland to ask for Berlin's permission to deliver German-made tanks to Ukraine _
Greater than headlines these days would be super confusing for someone, admittedly very old, just waking from an 80-year coma. Or tell him that the Dutch army is well integrated into German divisions nowadays.
If my Belgian granddad who fought in World War II was still around, I think this would stress him out. Laughing face.
My 90-year-old Dutch grandpa is a little anxious these days.
Greater than 14 Leopard 2 tanks. These Fast and Furious movies are out of control.
2 Leopards, 2 Furious 14?
Number, 14 Leopards 2 tanks.
2 Leopards, 1 tank.
2 Leopards tanks a lot. Greater than Germany said that partner countries that have stocks of the NATO standard tank can now donate them to Kyiv. So on top of Germany's shipment, other countries like Poland now officially have the green light to make shipments without German interference.
Poland is first asking EU, Germany if they pay for the Polish Leopards if they donate them. PIS at its best.
Greater than PISI. See that acronym mentioned a lot in the same sentence as Poland here. Can anyone tell me what it means?
Greater than PIS. Googling the acronym showed me. Prawo I sprawiedliwo.
Thanks. I also saw that when I googled and because of the context assumed that's what it was. I also saw a few vulgar things that it could be referring to, hence why I asked for clarification. I'd rather be dense than assume and be incorrect.
People sometimes turn the name of the party into vulgar slogans in an act of political protest.
Do you know what doesn't bode well for future relations? Invading a neighbor and repeatedly threatening nuclear war if they don't capitulate. Can Russia just shut the fuck up now? Edit, corrected auto-cucumber of don't to rubber in a way that leaves the humor in the comment.
That Russian stuff is mostly for internal propaganda purposes. They aren't trying to persuade people in the West, they are trying to keep their own citizens mad at the West and supporting the war. Russia does have other propaganda aimed at persuading the West to stop aiding Ukraine, but that mostly consists of portraying Zelensky and Ukraine in general as corrupt Nazis.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.